Hello! Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For this week's read, I'm going to use the tarot of the Astromatrix Tarot. There's a website in the back here if you're interested to find it. I want to say this was like a community effort, not a community, but like a group effort. I don't think there's like a one person who did it. Supportive Oracle cards. Your Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace, illustrated by Elaine Marzin. Website in the back here, rockpoolpublishing.com.au, A as in apple, U as an umbrella. And I use dice. I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana. I substitute 22 for 0 and make that the Fool. And then I use a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana and a 4-sided dice to decide which suit of the minor arcana. That's from Math Art Fun, I believe it is. MathArtFun.com is where I got those dice. Alright, with that being said, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Cancer? Oh, I like this. All right, let's get all the way to the end before we get too excited. No, this is totally good. Okay, so totally like I don't know if it's a sunshine rainbows, but it's pretty good. Like, not that we want sunshine rainbows. So, the reason I say sunshine rainbows is I feel like those are unrealistic readings. Kind of like you don't get a rainbow when it's just sunshine. It takes rain, the sunlight refracting off the rain to make a rainbow. So like when I say sunshine rainbows, it's kind of like unrealistic. It's like, oh, it's fun, it's great, it's wonderful, everything is great, always perfect. Like unrealistic. This is a good one though. You've been avoiding somebody? I think you made a smart move with that. I think you made a really good move with that. I feel like you've been avoiding somebody for whatever reason. The timing is correct, though, with that. For whatever reason, even if it doesn't feel like it was right, it was a good thing. Because there's something here that I'm not happy with. Something here that it's not the worst in the world, but I wasn't happy with. So I kind of moved on from it for a while. I distanced myself from it for a while. There's nothing I could do with it. I didn't have any control over it. So I just kind of backed off and I just kind of let it be. I don't see you completely walking away from whatever this was, but I put some distance between me and the situation because it doesn't seem like I could have a positive effect. I couldn't get it to go where I wanted it to go, and it was making me feel inadequate. Not that you were, but it kind of seems to feel like that was there. Like, I just can't seem to make this work out the way it's supposed to. I just can't seem to make the grade here. And since I'm not really effective, I'm just going to step back and leave it where it is. And it was a smart move. I don't know if it feels like it. Even looking back, I'm wondering if you're even questioning if it really was. But things are starting to kind of come together in a better way. I feel like you got some strength coming in. You got some better connections coming in. There's a positive energy trying to get a little bit stronger here. So there's a positive energy in your life that's trying to get stronger. You do have some really good connections. You have some very solid connections around you. The Hermit card is here too, which makes me feel like it could be a Virgo, doesn't have to be. But like characteristics of that is somebody who's very dependable. They do things the way they do things. They tend to like to go along with the situation as long as it actually makes legitimate sense, logical sense. They tend to be more logical. They're also a little bit more reserved about sharing their opinions sometimes, and they'll kind of hold it back until they feel like it makes sense or that they're really confident that this is what they want from it or this is how they actually feel for reasons that they can describe to you. Typically an energy like that. Just don't get too caught up in it, of course, even though I'm going on for days about it. This energy, though, there's a very stable energy around you that I feel like is actually very, very, very interested in, connecting a little stronger. I keep thinking it's one person, by the way. There's the Three of Cups here, which shows three people on here, but I keep thinking it's one person that's getting stronger. Like when it was on the table, if I can, it was like that. One person kind of popping out here. One person showing you that they value you. One person that's becoming a little bit more stable and helping you get something out of life that you actually want. This might be somebody who has ideas about how to improve things, or can show you ways to get help on certain things that you want to go better, stuff like that. Somebody who's very, ironically, I think they're very strong, whoever it is. And it might be one of those subtle things, like maybe they can't pick up a 50-pound weight without a problem, but emotionally they can move mountains, if you follow me on that. Whoever this is could help you become more self-sufficient. Can we get more about that? This person, are they helping you, or no? I feel like they are helping you. They might help you get a perspective here that you didn't have before. You got the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and then the Star card reversed. Which, when I keep getting that, this is not about a wish and a prayer. This is about something that's stably going to be corrected. There might be some information that I don't really like, but it's not because, it's not like it's rude. It's not like somebody attacking you verbally. It's not like that. It's more like getting the truth, like getting right to the, like, this is what it is. This is kind of like, all right, let's open this door. This is what it is. Like, it's just flat out there. Like, poof, this is what it is. There's no, like, trying to figure it out. This is just like, there it is. That's what has to be dealt with. Ironically, this doesn't feel like a bad moment. This more feels to me like, I always knew it wasn't right. I always knew something didn't make sense here. And now that the door's open and I see it, I'm like, well, I knew something wasn't right. So I'm not surprised that something is here. But ironically, now that I see it, I know what I need to do to clean it up. This is normal things for everybody's lives. Like, nobody's life is perfect. Like, I really don't believe that anybody's life is perfect. I mean, there's little, like, one-offs here or there. Like, people, if you believe in reincarnation, which I do, people go through some very brutal lives, and sometimes they come into a very easy life, not because they earned it, but more to get their faith back in humanity, from what I understand, because they go through a very difficult life and they don't believe in people anymore, so they get a really good life, well, a really easy life, not in the sense of, like, this is your reward, but in the sense of, like, to get them to believe in people again, to see the good in life again, which ironically even those lives have their challenges because they have to work through some emotional issues to actually give people a chance, and they don't know why sometimes. I don't know why we jumped over to that wagon, and we'll come. Let's go back to your reading. I don't know why we went over there. Whatever's coming in, there's a lot of strength, and the truth is there. Both of these cards came in. This is giving you the opportunity, which you don't have to take, to move this situation into the next level. Whatever the situation is, you've kind of avoided somebody or a situation because it's kind of like, I don't know what to do with it, I'm not really happy with it. Somebody's giving you information, somebody's showing you what's not right here. It's giving you the opportunity to evolve it to the next level and to kind of clear out what's not working and kind of replace it with better pieces, better quality things, whatever that may be for you. And I do feel like you want to. All right. So there's an interesting little situation. Like, you're feeling really good, but it's like, it's about my environmental factors here. Because it seems like you're going up a level in the sense of, like, I'm not going to let people treat me poorly, which is good. We don't want people treating you poorly. You're moving forward, and in this reading, it's a general read, but there's a good chance you're going to move forward in that direction, kind of like, I've learned some stuff, things that haven't been working, I'm realizing why they haven't been working. I'm not interested in staying in that. I'm not interested in staying back there and feeling this way. It's not good for me, it's not good for anybody else. So I'm going to start moving forward on my terms and start sorting this out and clearing out this mess. Especially, in my opinion, when I think of Cancer, when they know there's a mess and they don't like it, it can't just sit there. They have to start cleaning it up. They have to start putting it away. They have to start removing what doesn't work and fixing it and making it so it's actually a viable part of the situation. So it seems like it's a natural kind of like that's a mess, and now that I know it's there, it's not acceptable. I have to start working on getting rid of it and making it correct. Now, the ironic part here is that your knee-jerk reaction is just to do it on your own and just to keep people out of it. Kind of like, I'll just clean this mess up myself. Nobody needs to know it's there. I'll just fix it, and that'll be enough. That's not going to be your best outcome. It's an outcome. It's not going to be your best outcome. I feel like this might be a challenge for Cancer, but if you're able to talk about it, now granted, whatever this is, I feel like it's very important to you. You're not just going to like walk outside and talk to the first person that passes you by. Hey, random person, I want to tell you all my dirt. Let me tell you all my dirt. That's not really a Cancer thing in my opinion. But there are certain people in your life that match this situation. Either they have similar things going on, or maybe they're a part of the situation in a different way. If you talk to those people who make sense to you, like either they've also gone through the situation, they're a part of the same thing you're a part of, just a different piece of it, or there's people you know who've gone through similar things that you're now dealing with, talking with those people, communicating with those people will actually continue, like you'll get an exponential return. So it's like, instead of just fixing it and having it correct and just like ignoring it after that, kind of like, I fixed it, that's enough, let's move on. You might not only fix this thing, but somebody might be like, now that you've fixed that area, now that you've cleaned that up, here's what you could do with it. Here's what I've done with it. Here's what I've learned from that. Here's how I've actually made that more to my benefit. Since I went through it anyway, might as well use it to my advantage, and this is how I did. This is what I learned from it. This is the teachings I got from it. This is how I made my life better from it. Since it happened anyway, this is where I took it. Something like that. There's a lot going on here. Like, people, I feel like you would shock people in a good way. Let me just put some dice on that. There's good energy here, but like, where is it going is a good question. The Death card and then the Two of Wands reversed. If you're able to talk about it, especially with certain people, other people might be stuck and you might help them become unstuck. I feel like that's what you're shocking people with. Because you have information, you've learned things, and your energy is very healing. You opening that door for other people a part of the same situation or who have similar things. Yeah, because I don't see you just randomly talking to just anybody. It has to make sense to you. Like, well, they went through it or they were a part of the same situation. Something like that. You give them information that you might think they already have, but they're not seeing it that way. And you're helping them move forward too. And they have to look at the history of a situation themselves, and they get this opportunity to also clean up a mess that they really probably don't even realize is there. It's kind of like this little broom closet that never gets used, and there's something gunky in the bottom of it that nobody goes in there, so they don't know it's there, and it's causing problems and damage. You're like, hey, I would check out that broom closet, and this is why, and this is how I cleaned my broom closet. And they're like, oh. And then they go see it, and then they also have this opportunity to move forward. If you're able to do this, if this is something you're willing to do, this is going to bring your strength up. This is going to put your life more where you want it to be versus I feel like where it feels like this is just where I am. And I feel like for the people this is going to hit with, this is going to make sense when I say that. Like, versus like, okay, this is just where I am, so this is what I have to deal with, versus like, now that I've dealt with that, I cleaned out that broom closet, I've actually identified maybe there's a couple other places I should clean out. It's not as scary anymore as it used to be. It is kind of like these other messes aren't nearly as bad. Maybe some of them are just needing to be organized. But I'm feeling like I'm more in control. I have more the ability to create the life I want versus the life that was handed to me. And I just feel more powerful with it. I feel like I have more strength. I have more of a footing. I can get what I want versus just being like, well, this is what's in front of me. These are my choices, so I just got to choose what I feel like is the best for me. I feel like I'm more in an era of like, okay, okay, now I see these are the choices, but I don't want those choices. Let me go look at this. Let me go see if this is over there. Let me choose what I want. Let me see what I need to do to get what I want versus what somebody's just willing to let me have. I don't want what somebody's willing to let me have. I've decided I need to have what I want. So let me go look into that. And I feel like it's not just empowerment, but like opening up doors, you can literally get what you actually want. And that's where this seems to be taking you if you're able to do that. I mean, I could talk about that for the rest of my day if I really wanted to, but I feel like it's either going to hit or it's not, if that makes sense. Because by sharing that information, it's like you give out information, you get more coming back to you, and you just get stronger with it, and you just have more power and more ability, again, to create what you want versus what somebody's handing to you. I really like that. I think that's why I keep saying it. So I'm not a Cancer, I'm a water sign, I'm a Pisces, but still. I really like that for you. I feel like that's very empowering. It's kind of like, it just reminds me of like I was going house hunting, and maybe I had a budget of $150,000. I feel like I'm going from like having $150,000 budget to like now I have like a 3,000, 4,000, 300,000, 400,000 budget because of what I've done, the work I've done. I seem to like I've opened up a whole new thing, and I'm like, you know what, I don't have to stop there. If there's a house that I want that's $600,000, let me see what options I have. How do I make that happen? What can I do? Because I know there's possibilities for me here. I can have what I want. I just got to see what it takes for it to happen. It's like that energy for me. I like to equate it to money because I feel like it's the easiest to follow. So hopefully that made sense. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.